Do you want to learn how to make these charms? Today I'm going to walk you exactly through the materials that you need to get started. First things first, obviously you'll need beads. I strongly recommend you use Miyuki delicate beads, size 11-0, simply because they're uniform and they allow to make designs like this. So what makes these beads so fantastic for brick stitch is their perfect uniform cylinder shape. They just go together nicely and form those flat professional finish right from the start. Using beads that are not uniform can make your project look wobbly and unprofessional. So I strongly recommend that you use Miyuki 11-0 delicate bead. Next is threads. For threads, I have three kinds of threads that I like to use. The first one is the violet thread. This one is the crystal one, and I use it mostly to make bracelets because it's very stiff and it's strong. It doesn't break easily and it doesn't get tangled. The next one is Miyuki thread. I use this thread to make charms, mostly charms that are tiny like the ones that I use for bracelets. And finally, this FGB or Nymo thread that I also use for earrings, especially if they are fringe. I use this for fringe earrings because they have movement and the thread is not as stiff as the firelight. So normally when I'm working with earrings, I make the base with firelight and then the fringe using either Miyuki or this FGB or Nymo thread. Okay, so basically firelight for projects that are more sturdy like bracelets, and Miyuki or Nymo or FGB thread for projects that need movement like the fringe earrings. So now let's talk about needles. Normally I use Miyuki needles because those are the ones that I'm familiar with. The most used is the size 12 one. It's really thin and flexible, so it allows us to go through those 11-0 tiny Miyuki beads. So this is really helpful because if you're working with a sewing needle, they are normally thicker, so they can cause the beads to break. Whereas this is the professional way to go if you want to work with brick stitch. Because remember that you'll have to go through the beads several times. So this needle is so thin, so it allows you to do it without any trouble. I also bought this beads needles. I haven't used them yet, but I'm guessing that they're pretty much the same as the Miyuki needles. They're size 12 and they're also very thin. And the good thing is that they have a big eye from what I can see, which makes it easier to thread the needle. And this is optional and there are several other that you can use. But a beading mat is highly recommended because it prevents your beads from going all over the place. And also this particular one allows you to separate the beads by color so you don't confuse them and they don't mix together. So I highly recommend this type of mat. And sometimes when I'm in a hurry or I don't have too much colors to work with, but only two, I also can go like this and I can work on this side and it works perfectly too. I also sometimes work with another type of mat and it's this flexible one. It's really good and highly recommend that as well. But whatever you're working with, it has to be a surface that doesn't let your beads run free all over the place because you lose them and they're really, really tiny and really expensive. So you don't want that because you lose so many of them and they're really tiny and hard to pick up. So it's always easier to work with some sort of protection around so you don't lose them.
And that's it. That's basically what you need to start working with Miyuki beads. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and see you on the next one so you can keep learning how to make these beautiful pieces.